Will these LED bulbs improve my visibility when backing up at night? Before we get into the topic of this video, I'm going to give you a little update on the cold air intake that I installed on my Silverado. At this point, I've had it for about 3 weeks or so. I've not seen an increase in gas mileage. I've seen people get about 1 to 1.5 miles per gallon increase from what people have said that I've seen reviews and stuff like that. I've not seen that. Mine has stayed pretty much the same, but that may say more about the way I drive than the product itself. So don't take that as your deciding factor. If you're interested in one of these, I definitely recommend checking them out. For horsepower and torque, I can't really speak to if I've had any increases in those or not. I don't have a dyno, and I'm not going to pay to have my truck dyno tested. This isn't for racing or anything like that. So if you're more interested in that aspect of the intake, I'd probably recommend going and looking at some other people that have installed this particular product and see what their reviews say, see if they did the testing and what kind of results they got. The only change that I've really kind of noticed is that I think there's a little bit more of a growl to the engine when I'm accelerating. That may just be like a placebo effect because I'm hoping to hear like an increased growl or increased sound from the motor, and maybe it's just kind of like playing with my head or something. But I do think I'm hearing that growl. I think it sounds better, so that's one bonus that I feel like I'm getting out of it. But either way, I wouldn't go back on this purchase or anything like that. I think the engine compartment looks a lot cleaner, looks a lot better with the aftermarket intake. And I definitely think the lifetime filter that's on it is going to be a lot better than the one that comes from the factory on the truck anyway. So all in all, I'm very happy with the purchase. Not really sure what kind of increases I'm getting out of it, but if you're interested, give it a shot. If you do install it in your truck, leave a comment down below if you get any positive increases, anything that you notice or anything that you get a measurable difference in. Now, back to your regularly scheduled programming. I'm doing this part of the video at night because in this video we're talking about the reverse lights on the new Silverados. For some reason, the reverse lights and the license plate illumination lights are halogen on these trucks. And yet, when you go up in the trim levels to like the RST and levels like that have LED brake lights, LED headlights, LED everything exterior, these are still halogen and they're not very bright. And the reason I'm doing this video at night is so that I can show you how bright they actually are. So if you look at that screen, it actually looks kind of bright, but I've got my foot on the brake pedal. So I'm going to let off. Brake lights are gone. It's not really all that bright behind me back here where I'm parked. So backing up at night, it's not really the best. I'm gonna set the camera up here on the bed of the truck and stand back here behind it and show you what I look like in the light of the reverse lights. This is me behind the truck with just the reverse light and the tail lights on. As you can see, it's pretty dim. So these are the reverse lights with the tail lights. So if you look here, you can see the light doesn't really travel out all that far. And the same goes on this side. So we're going to change these halogen bulbs out with lost fit LEDs. Let's get ready to install these new LED reverse light bulbs. So we're going to have to take the tail light out on both sides. In order to do that, you got to take this screw out and this one down here as well. And then the tail light's going to pull out. There's a fitting on the inside that is friction fit into the truck. So that's what holds it in front to back. So once you get these bolts out, you pull out that friction fitting. That takes out the tail light. You do that on both sides, and then we'll get the new bulbs installed. This is the reverse bulb right here. Just turn it counterclockwise, and then the bulb comes right out. Slide the bulb out of the socket, Take the new one and slide it in. Now you do want to test these before putting everything back together. If the bulb doesn't light when you put the truck in reverse, you just pull it out, rotate it 180 degrees, slide it back in, and it should work. As I'm sure you can see, the bulb lit up when I put it in reverse. So I'm going to put this back together, put the light back in the housing, and screw it back in. We got the first one in, now time to do the other side. We got tail lights back in. Only thing left to do now is to wait until it gets dark so we can test the new bulbs. Here we are, moment of truth. Will the LED reverse bulbs make a difference? We are about to find out. Put the truck in reverse. And I gotta say, I think that's a lot brighter on the screen. It's been a few days now since I did the first video with the halogen bulbs. So I'm gonna have to put them side by side up on the screen to really get a good look. But I think looking at this right now, that it is a lot brighter. So I'm actually going to do the same thing I did last time. Put the emergency brake on. Put the truck back in reverse, and then we're going to get out, put the camera on the bed, and see what it looks like behind the truck. Standing back here behind the truck, the bulbs are definitely brighter. I'm having a hard time even looking at the back of the truck right now. But even the light carrying down the gate over next to the truck, it travels a lot farther than it did with the original halogen bulbs. So you'll see the trucks here. The halogen bulb stopped, I believe, about right here if I remember correctly. But this, I mean, it's got the gate lit up all the way down. Sorry about that smoke. That's just from my truck being cold. It's a little chilly out here tonight. Engine's warming up and everything. Yeah, it's definitely brighter out here behind the truck. So if you're not happy with the visibility of your truck in reverse at night, check out Lost Fit. Not a sponsor, but their LED reverse bulbs are a game changer. It's like a literal night and day difference, no pun intended. Thanks for watching this video. Leave a thumbs up, comment, subscribe to the channel if you haven't already. But for now, we'll see y'all in the next one.